In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a Red Hat virtual server in KVM. So first we're going to run virt manager from the command line. We'll then pick the local media install and the location where our ISO is. We're going to do 1 gig of RAM and 1 CPU. And we're going to change our space to 30 gigabytes. We're going to call it server 3 and specify our network adapter. Then choose install Red Hat. Alright, so we'll enlarge this to make it a little larger so it's easier to read. We're going to choose English, and we're going to change our date and time to Mountain Time. Then for software selection, I'm going to do infrastructure server. And for the installation destination, we're just going to allow everything to happen automatically, so we'll leave everything at its default. You can go in there and change things to break up the drive space as LVM volumes if you so wish. Then we're going to go into the network settings, turn on our Ethernet connection. See, it gets its IP address from DHCP. We're going to change our host name to server3.den.therootuser.com. Hit apply. And then we can hit done. And we're ready to install. So we hit begin installation. Just set our root password real quick. Now the installation process will go on. I'm going to speed this up though, because this takes quite some time. Okay, now that it's done, we can reboot our server. We'll minimize the screen back down so that we can see everything again. And our server is online now. Now we're going to SSH into our server. And we are going to register the server using Subscription Manager. Now we can use Subscription Manager to list all available subscriptions that are available to me. copy the pool ID and attach our server to our pool. Forgot the double dashes. Go back in there and add those real quick. Now that is attached, we can do a yum update. Gonna run that real quick. Make sure everything is as up to date as possible and ready to go. I'm going to speed this process up as well because there's quite a few of them that it needs to go through. Now we see the results of the update. Everything is ready to go now. So at this point, I'm ready to add our new server to the DNS server, which is on my IDM server. So let's switch over and get that done now. So let's log on to the IDM server first. Helps to get the right password. Here's the different options that we have available to us. I'm going to choose Network Services and DNS. Going to add an A record. Record name is going to be server 3. And put in the IP address. Which I seem to have forgotten, so let me switch over to the console. Do a quick IP add. Okay, it's .148. Let's change that real quick. And click add. Now we can switch back to the console and test it out. First, let's try pinging other servers, like server 2. Shows that at .41, that's correct. Server 1 at .42. Server 3, that is correct. Let's ping our main lab server, RHEL lab, that's .40. It's also our DNS server. Let's exit out and ping from RHEL lab to server 3. Shows the correct IP address, so everything looks like it's working correctly. Let's SSH into server 3. Say yes to accept the key. Type in the password, everything works okay. Okay, our server's up and running, and it's in DNS. Hope you enjoyed this episode and come back again for future tutorials.